For the Jesse T Show, it's a Monday in Southern California. Good to be back with you. The Brown Beauty is back on duty. Live, up close and personal. We're on the air and everywhere from the community to the world. Yeah, you know what that means. It's Monday. It's Monday in Southern California. Another beautiful day in the Southland. Good to have our friends online here from Instagram and YouTube, and the podcast going on right now, YouTube, Jesse Torero, and our Facebook friends right here. Hey, it's time to make this show happen, because you know what we do on Monday. It's $1 Million Money Making Monday. That's what it's all about. Right here on the Jesse T Show, baby. Yeah. Hit it, Brett. Even the devil's got to earn some money, brother. Even the devil, baby. Oh, yeah. Give me the moonshine. Everybody talking, wishing I was gone. Everybody else is doing everybody wrong. All right. I'm done hanging around. I don't need no and I don't need no pills, and I don't need no doctor to tell me how I feel. Alright, you can keep the bill. I've been drinking poison and hoping you fall ill. Maybe I'm an angel and maybe I'm a thief. Maybe I'm a maker that can walk by on the street. Alright, you cut off both my wings. Silver for nickel, the devil's got a gun. I don't need no banker to tell me what I'm worth. It's alright. Some drugs they never learn. Hit the chorus now. The Jesse T Show on Monday, baby. It's $1 Million Money Making Monday, sponsored by Win-Win-Win Real Estate, Loans, and Notary Firm. Win-Win-Win, your place to make $1 million, and that's what we're talking about today, my friends. $1 Million Money Making Monday. A lot of information coming your way today, man. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make $1 million, just like me, Jesse T. Give me that chorus, baby. Give it to me now. Everybody! It's time for $1 Million Money Making Monday on the Jesse T Show. Good to have you along with Jeanette, Dean Olson, and everybody who's checking out Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And the show today is brought to you by Win-Win-Win Loans, Real Estate, and Notary, where they will give you a free property appraisal. A free property appraisal to let you know what your value is and what your asset, the thing you call real estate, is actually worth today. You just might be well over worth more than $1 million buckaroos, right? Isn't that right? Hey, we got a good show lined up for you today, and no better way to get it off with some energy. You know, it's a beautiful day in Southern California. Let's say hi to some friends who have us on. Tracy Ellman has us on. Here, Tracy. Wendy Mitchell has us on. Richard Shimura. Dean Olson has us on. Janetta Cunningham. I like that name, Janetta Cunningham. James Robinson. Hey, James, he's a loyal fan, loyal watcher of the Jesse T Show, and we always are checking each other out on Facebook and stuff. And hey, thanks a lot, James, for having us on, brother. We're going to take back our country from those those the demon crazy Dems and those stinky Republicans that just won't listen to us, because we are the people and we own this country, not them. It's good to have you along. Let's talk about some money-making ideas now. Today we're going to talk about two things, and this is what we do, Ramalady. We talk about $1 million money-making Monday, baby. And right now today we got two things we're going to talk about. The first part of the show, the first half hour, is going to be talking about, seriously now, we're going to get serious. We like to start off the show a little bit of fun and humor. You know, that's me, Jesse T. What can I tell you? You know, Jesse T is always looking to having a good time no matter what I do, because that's how you keep the stress out of your body, and that's how you keep happy, and that's how you keep good. And yeah, we are the champions, Tracy. We are the champions, and you are my champion, ladies and gentlemen, because without you, I am nobody, and with you, we are somebody together, because it takes everybody to make it happen. T-E-A-M, a team. Together, everybody achieves more. And this is why I'm here, to help you achieve more in your lifetime, because I want you to do that. So I thought that the first half of the show on the Jesse T Show, $1 million Money Making Monday, people always ask me, Jesse T, how do you make $1 million? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's pretty darn hard. Okay? There's no doubt about it, Clark Tang. It's pretty darn hard to make $1 million. Your first million is the hardest one to make. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 10th are pretty easy as time goes on. When you get to be like Warren Buffett size, I mean, making billions is nothing. But that first million is tough. And we're going to talk about that, because there's all kinds of strategies. Now, you know that I've made my money in real estate for 40 years. I mean, I've owned a lot of property, and I've sold a lot of property, and I've flipped a lot of property, and I've done just about everything there is to do when it comes to making money from real estate. I've been burned, I've been at the highs high, and I've been at the lowest low. So there's really nothing that I haven't been through. John Voy. Hey, John Voy, good to have you along. We're talking $1 million Money Making Monday, and so I'm going to teach you guys how to make $1 million faster. And this is scientific, okay? This is purely scientific, all right? As well as I've actually applied a lot of these things. As I was talking, I've made most of my money, and most of my wealth has come from real estate, okay? And it has. Because I always felt early on in my life that if you owned something, and you owned it for a long period of time, you could sell it, trade it, have equity build up, you can make money, they can pay for it, tenants can pay for it, etc., etc., etc. Okay? A lot of pitfalls in that, but we'll talk about that when we get to talking about the second portion of the show, and that's real estate. But there are other ways to make money if real estate isn't your game. There's a lot of other ways to make money. And one of the ways, and so I want to kind of talk about that. So I did some homework and research, and of course I've applied a lot of these things. More than 250,000 of Americans, okay? More than 250,000 of Americans. That's what, 350 million? So what would that be? A quarter would be what, 600,000, right? No, what would that be? It's 60 million? 60 million Americans? Yeah, about 60 million Americans, somewhere around there. Okay? The highest percentage of Americans ever said that they want to earn $1 million, and they felt that $1 million would make them rich. And pretty much all the surveys say that. In order to be rich in America today, you have to have $1 million net, okay? And that's just the beginning, all right? But it's really hard to become rich in America, all right? So earning at least $1 million a year is the definition for most people. About 60% of Americans, about 250,000 Americans believe that when you earn $1 million, you're rich, okay? That's net, not gross. So we're going to talk about how to get there, all right? It's very difficult, and there's a lot of ways to get there. But I want to talk about some of the ways that, you know, can get there the fastest for you. Now, how long does it usually take to become a millionaire in America today? Well, there's going to be a lot of information, folks, I'm going to throw at you now. And I'm going to go pretty quick because I only got about 30 minutes to cover this. So you can podcast this show later on and take some of these strategies, because some of them work for me and some of them are working for a lot of people out there, okay? So how long does it take usually to become a millionaire in America? Well, how long it takes to earn $1 million, not including cost of living or investments, it'll take about 17 years. 17 years. That means that every penny you make, you don't spend. Every penny you make, you don't take. Every penny you make that you save on a median income in America, median income, okay? Every penny you make on an average median income in America, you save 17 years. 17 years, you're going to be a millionaire. You have 1 million saved, okay? Well, come on, you got to eat, right? You got to buy a car, right? You got to have some cash in your hand, right? Okay, so how long does it take to earn $1 million, which includes cost of living? Okay, well, this is like rent and food and all the things we need for cost of living. Now, how long? It takes 64 years in America. 64 years to save money and to earn $1 million in America. 64 years if you include cost of living on a median average income in America today. So if you start when you're born at 64, you have $1 million in the bank. That's after taxes and the whole 9 yards, okay? How long does it take to earn $1 million if you start working some investments in there, including cost of living and investments? It's going to take 61 years. 61 years to earn $1 million. All right, so it's a little less time if you got some investments going on. Okay, and if you don't spend 1 penny of your money, every penny you make, 17 years, you'll be a millionaire. This is why it's good to start right now. No matter what age you're at, it's good to start right now. The younger, the better. You got to start right now. Okay? It's really important. You got to get on the ball. And so I'm going to hopefully give you some information today that's going to teach you guys how to get on the ball. Okay? And what you got to do. Okay? It's really that simple. All right? So we're going to talk about that. Here's the secret to becoming a millionaire faster in America. Here's secret number 1. I'm going to give you the secret. Are you ready? Here's secret number 1. Investing. It's no great secret, is it? No, it is not. Investing. Investing is really important. Okay? You have to invest. People trying to reach $1 million in their lifetime must invest rather than just hoard it all and save it all, because you can't save it all. Come on, guys. You got to eat, you got to live, you got bills, you got kids, you got husbands, you got wives, right? You can't save it all. You got school for your kids and whatever and whatnot. Right? You can't save it all, so you got to invest. All right? People trying to reach 1 million in their lifetime must invest rather than hoard it all. They got to put it into a basic savings account. That's what most people do. And that return is much lower compared to a diversified account. If you just take your savings and you save and put it into a basic savings account, that's good. It's better than nothing, but it's going to grow real slow because everybody knows they don't pay anything on savings accounts. So one of the keys to becoming a millionaire is to becoming truly wealthy is long-term investments. Save, 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 save. We're going to talk a lot about discipline. No matter the good times or the bad times. Save, 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 save. All right, what you got to do? You just got to save. Always save and say, no, 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 no. You got to become a professional no-knower and a professional save-saver. No save, no save, no, 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 save, save, no, 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 no. No, 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 save, no, 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 no. That's what you got to do. Okay? All right? All right, you got that? I get that to you? All right, that's very important. Okay? So when you take an investment, it adds more year. When you invest in small increments and you return, it takes longer. So the more risk you have, the more you invest, the faster it can become. But there's a risk to losing it. But there are things out here that are really good. So now that we got that covered, if you want to get on the path to riches, you have to find ways to make more money. You got to make more money than what you're making. Okay? Because you're living on what you're making. Most Americans are living hand to mouth on what they're making. I know I have. I know, look at man, I'm living like a poor man. Right? I'm living like a broke man. Right? Because I'm saving every money and I'm putting all that side money, that side hustle away. Just like you. All right. So if you want to get on the path to riches, you have to find more ways to make money other than what it is that you do. Whether it's negotiating raises at work, making a change to a higher paying career, getting a second job, part-time job, investing in rental property. Ka-ding, 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 ka-ding. We're going to talk about that in about a half hour. Or all the above. Why not? Okay? Invest in those earnings in the stock market so your money can grow even more. But always remember, if you invest those earnings in the stock market, you got to leave it there. You can't be a day trader, flip-flop, 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 because 97% of all flip-floppers don't end up with any money. So you got to pick the right investment accounts. like 401ks and CDs and IRAs, and also SEP accounts and solo 401ks for self-employed people. Okay, these are the things you got to do. We're going to talk about that, okay? But I'm giving you a ton of information, guys, here. Stuff that you have to go to a certified financial planner to get, and I suggest that you find a certified financial planner and get going on it, okay? I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm a real estate broker. I'm a loan specialist. I'm a notary public. But man, I've done a lot of certified financial planning for myself. So I'm just expressing my opinion about things I've done for myself. But I'm also using some of the science out there and the research to tell you what the professionals are telling me and telling everybody else if you just research and do your homework. Okay? So I'm trying to help you get on to the next step, folks. I want you to get there. Because I want to sell you more real estate. Come on. Jesse T. Hey, I can't help it being me. We all got to share in the wealth, right? I just want a little taste here and there. That's it. Just give me a little taste, right? You make a lot of money. I helped you on your way. Give me a little taste. That's all I ask for, right? Investing can lead to further investing as well as more complex vehicles. So if you start off small and you start off very basic, it can lead to other things. Accelerating your savings over time, but it would be completely absent if you never invested. So you got to start. You can't predict the future returns of things. That's an impossibility. Only God can do that. But if you don't ever start, you don't open the door, you're not going to get going. So how long does it take to become a millionaire in every U.S. state? Well, let me tell you, folks. If you live in Colorado, it's going to take you without investing, it's going to take you 42 years in Colorado. With investing, it's going to take you 40 years. You see how it cuts down? In Alaska, it's going to take you 35 years if you don't invest and just save at a medium income. And if you do invest, it's going to take you 33 years. So it takes a few less years, right? We're here in California. It's going to take you 42 years, 9 months, 2 days if you don't invest to become a millionaire, okay? Generally speaking, without investing. And working in some small cost of living there. But if you do invest, it's going to take 40 years, 6 months, and 10 days. So the statistics are saying, man, you got to invest. The place where you get the fastest invest to $1 million if you invest is, believe it or not, Alaska. Move to Alaska. Hawaii, believe it or not, right? Let me see. California, believe it or not. New Jersey, there's another place. Utah. These are all areas that it's under 35 years if you're investing properly, basically, to become a millionaire. Okay? All right. So, yeah, the reason is a lot of these are expensive states, but if you take a combination and cut down your expenses living in states where you make more money, and you don't blow all your money, that means you have more money that you're making for what you do as a living and get some side jobs coming in. You got more cash flow, which means that you can put more towards investing. Don't buy the brand new Ferrari. Don't buy the 14-karat ring. Don't buy these things. Don't keep up with the Joneses, because if you do, the Joneses are just keeping up, barely making their debt payments. You don't know that, but the statistics show it. Okay? All right, so here's some tips to start investing and grow your wealth. Investing is so important to wealth, guys, and thus becoming a millionaire for many reasons. But perhaps a key reason can be observed in discussing the difference between saving money and investing money. There's a big difference here. Now, the popular phrase, a penny saved is a penny earned, well, that's not really true, because what happens is that phrase, it refers to saving money, because when you save money, you're storing it, you're putting it away, but it grows so smallly. You're putting it away for a later time and a later purpose, such as for your kids and school and college and a car and whatever, right? You're saving money. It's good to save, don't get me wrong, for some emergency cash, but it really doesn't do anything to building your wealth. Investing that money, though, on the other hand, allows your money to grow to a larger sum. Now, here are some ways that the professionals say that you invest. Okay, are you ready? Now, write this down, guys. Okay, I want you to write this down. Stocks, mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, ETFs. Okay, go look up what ETFs are. They're really cool. Okay, stocks, mutual funds, and exchange-traded funds. You can do that. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to check that out. Also, treasury or municipal bonds. These are great basic ways to start your investment portfolio in small increments. CDs, All right? They don't pay as much as the riskier investments, but over long term, remember, investing long term is what it's about. Okay? Unless you win the California lottery. And when you win the California lottery, please come back to me and I'll sell you a beautiful piece of real estate. Like I got this 20 acres right here in the San Fernando Valley. It's a gold mine. They have gold. They pull gold out of this piece of land. It's got a raging creek. And it's only $875, dirt value, land value only. So 7 buildable paths. Absolutely, you can hunt up there. It's backed up to the National Forest. It's unbelievable. Okay? And it's only 10 minutes from Burbank. Yeah. Because when the fire came through, it burned down all the structures in this whole area. Remember the fire a couple of years ago up there? Up there in Lakeview Terrace, above those mountains, between the Valencia and the San Fernando Valley? Well, this is up in there. Cecil B. DeMille owned this property at one time. In fact, he pulled out so many millions of dollars of gold. This was where his 2 gold mines were. And I got this property for sale right now for $875, okay? So, see, real estate property investments is good. That's the next one. So let's go over that real fast. Stocks, mutual funds, and exchange-traded funds, ETFs. Treasury municipal bonds, CDs, and real estate property investments. Now, I've done mine through real estate for decades, 30, 40 years, okay? But you can do yours through these other things, okay? So there's some error. And I'm not going to go over all these things because we would be here for like 4 years, 6 months, 2 days, 14 hours, 27 minutes, and 32 seconds, okay? And we don't want to be here that long, all right? All right, now, these are just some of the more common investments available that everybody does, all right? Now, once you jump into the investment waters, then you get more sophisticated and deeper, and you start finding cool things like IPOs. I've been talking a lot about IPOs lately, right? This is private companies that are about ready to go public. And you can buy pre-public offering stock in these companies like Lyft and Uber, right? They're about ready to pop. Pinterest, about ready to pop. There's so many of them right now. In fact, that is the gold mine of this generation, IPO investing. Oh man, you can't go wrong. Uber and Lyft are going nowhere. And you can do that. In fact, on my website, on my Facebook timeline, I've given you the places to go get the information for IPOs. That's facebook.com/Jesse Terrero broker. It doesn't matter. These companies got to raise billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, and they do it through a public offering, their initial public offering. And you can get involved in that before it happens with $5,000, $10,000, man. I'm telling you, I did the Facebook thing, and I'm happy 5 years ago. Don't pass it up. What if you got into Apple and AOL and Microsoft way back when they went IPO, when they went their first public offering? Well, you couldn't because you didn't know about it. But now you know about it because me, Jesse T, and everybody knows about it. But do you know how to do it? Go to my website. There's a couple good links there that take you out. You got to do that, okay? That is more sophisticated risk investing. Start off slow. IPOs are going to be here for a while. Don't worry. Start off slow, okay? Buy some silver. Buy some gold. Very long-term growth. Hey, the first piece of gold I bought back in 1976 was $189 an ounce. No, $289 an ounce. Now gold's at $13.32, I believe. Okay? Silver's only $15 and change an ounce. Buy silver first and buy a piece of gold. One gold coin. Okay? That's how you start. Buy slow. Think slow. And then build it over time. All right? Get used to it. All right? Now, you can build your wealth this way, but you got to start now. That's one of the most important things. You have to start right now. You cannot wait. You've got to start right now, all right? And this is how some of the ways that you build wealth and become a multi-millionaire, okay? You know, you really don't need a lot to be wealthy in America. But you do have to be in a net situation. That's very important. Okay? Being in a net situation and not being in a situation that you have nothing at the end of the day after you pay your taxes and things like this. And don't ever not pay your taxes. Pay your bills on time. All right, so let's bridge off here and talk about a few more things. And how do you get in on this action? You know? More than 40% of Americans are not investing their money. So you've got to learn to start to invest your money now. All right? And some of the ways that we talked about is how some Americans are investing their money. All right. A lot of people are doing 401ks. But if you don't have a 401k, then what you have to do, and because you're self-employed, you can do what things that are called like a simple IRA or a Roth IRA. That's a traditional, or a Roth IRA, or what something's called a solo 401k, a SEP IRA, or as I talked about, a simple IRA. Now, these are great benefit plans for people that are self-employed. But if you have a 401k, put money into it, because the federal government and the IRS allows the businesses to match it, and that's a write-off for you. It's very cool stuff, okay? So get involved in that now. You can go to a financial planner and get those SEP accounts going, get those simple IRAs going, traditional Roth IRAs, or a solo 401k, which acts just like a 401k from a company. All right? You have to contribute to it, but it's really cool. So you got to look into that, because it's really important that you start now. These are a little more risky, and what you have to do is you have to be consistent. You have to cut your bills down. You have to say no to the new car. You have to say no to the fancy clothes. You have to say no to the things. If you can't buy it with cash, don't buy it. You don't need it, because you got to look to the future. Because my friends, I remember when I was 18. It was like yesterday. I'm 58 years old, okay? I remember when I was 28. It was like yesterday. I'm 58 years old. I remember when I was 38. It was like yesterday. I'm 58 years old. I remember when I was 48. It was like yesterday. I'm 58 years old. And now yesterday, I was 58, and I'm 58 today. See what I'm saying? It catches up with you. Yeah, man, you got to be really careful about that. Time goes by. It goes by, and it keeps on chugging along. It really does. It doesn't change. Time just keeps on going. And what happens to you? You keep on getting older. That's what happens to you. So, you have to remember to start investing now. Cut out all the fat in your life. Get rid of it. You don't have enough income? Get a second job. There's lots of ways to get a second job. There's lots of great things to do. Here's 12 realistic ways to make your first $1 million, okay? I'm going to give you some right on. These are like major 12 things that you can do right now to boost your profit margin, okay? All right, it's just not for businesses. It also applies to you, my friends. You as individuals. Michelangelo's on. Susan Blackie's on. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Joe Klein's tagging in. Hey, Joe, what's happening, buddy? We don't always see the same on stuff, but I love you, man. Hey, it's good to have dissenting ideas about things, but we all see the same about one thing, and that's making money, baby. When you got the green, the gold, and the silver, that's all that matters, right? We're all equal ground there. And, you got to throw some dirt in there, too, because, I like real estate. What can I tell you? We'll talk about that in the next half hour, and I got some great deals for you, and I'm going to show you how you can get involved with that, okay? All right, so you're increasing the gap between what you earn and what you spend. In other words, you got to earn more than you spend, okay? Then you're going to end up with a profit. That's exactly what businesses do. Exactly the same thing. You got to start retraining the mind. This profit can be used to pursue your long-term financial goals. You can add more to your investment portfolio then, all right? So if you want to reach $1 million, you need to boost your savings. Now, this is important. Substantially, more than 5 to 15% normally what you're saving now. So if you're not saving anything, boost it 5%. If you're already saving 10%, boost it 15 more. You got 25% going on. Christopher Klein's checking in. That's what you got to do. You got to boost the savings, which means that you got to cut down on the other side, man. Quit taking the girl out. You don't need the big Mercedes. Hey, what's happening, Christopher? It's $1 million Money Making Monday, and we're talking about how to become a millionaire in America. And we're in the first half hour. The next half hour, we're going to talk about how to do that through real estate. But right now, we're talking about all kinds of cool ways. There's kinds of ways that you and me, everyday people, can do this. Medium income people. You don't got to be making $300,000 a year to become a millionaire. You could be making $42,000, $22,000 a year. You just got to readjust how you live your life. And if you're living hand to mouth, money to money to money to money, and you got no separate money coming in, then you got to get some separate money coming in. You have to boost your profit margin. And I'm sure you how you can do that. You got to increase that savings percent. I have to increase my savings percent. A lot of things that I'm telling you, I have to do too. All right? Because I'm like real estate heavy and sometimes cash poor. Right? You know what I'm talking about? Right. Right? You got it? Right? It's like having a big bottom girl on a bicycle. Man, you got to be pumping hard up that mountain. You got a big bottom girl. Like my buddy Bobby Jimmy and the Critters used to say. That's Russ Parr. My buddy Bobby Jimmy and the Critters used to say at KTNT, the big butt, the big butt. Man, when you got a big bottom girl and you're pedaling a Schwinn bicycle up a 40% incline, man, you need some help, right? You got to increase that investment and chop down that big bottom girl. Maybe you don't have a big bottom, maybe you have no girls. Then you'll go up that mountain faster. Yeah, my metaphors are sometimes crazy. That picture just hit me, man. Going up, guys, if you aren't from Los Angeles, there's this area in Echo Park. And it was one of the original subdivided, I guess you could call suburbs of Echo Park, way back in the turn of the 20th century, the 1890s and 1900s. They have these streets that are like this. If you look at some of those old Charlie Chaplin movies or Buster Keaton movies, and they're being shot in LA, they have these streets like this, right? And they're up and down, right? And I mean, they are up and down. I go run those to get in shape, but they're up and down. And can you imagine a Schwinn 5-speed bicycle with a big bottom girl? A big bottom girl, and you're trying to pump up that thing? Oh my God, that's comedy at its best. Comedy bliss, I love it. But you see what I'm saying? Say hi to Lorraine Landon, who has us on. It's $1 Million Money Making Monday, Lorraine. I'm teaching people how to make money and how to become a millionaire. That's what it's all about, all right? And that's what we're talking about. Boy, we're talking about all kinds of cool ways. So, hey, listen up, guys. Start taking some notes because I've been throwing a lot of information at you already, haven't I? My goodness, I want you guys to be successful. Don't you get it? I want you to earn so much money. I want you to earn so much money that you have to knock on my door. Yes? Yes? Come on down. Let's go looking for some real estate. Why don't we go buy Laura Landon's property up there in the mountains? The 7007 Ocean Park View. Or Pacific View Drive. Man, that thing is worth like $13 million. And it's only 1.6 or whatever they're selling it for. I can hook you up on that. You'll make so much freaking money you won't even know what to do with yourself. Man, you'll be up there with the billionaires. My goodness. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Maximilians has us on. All right, so yeah. Okay. I'm getting off tangent. But hey, it's $1 Million Money Making Monday. You got to have fun in life, right? Okay. So whatever you're saving right now, you have to save 5 to 15% more. Got to tack it on there, okay? And this is what I suggest. You actually should save half your income. All right, that's the bottom line. You have to make some hard choices, guys. Deferring present spending to future wealth. Look, I'm going to say it again. I remember when I was 18. I'm 58. I remember when I was 28. I'm 58. I remember when I was 38. I'm 58. I remember when I was 48. I'm 58. And yesterday, I remember when I was 58. And now, I'm 58. I hope you understand what I'm saying there, right? Boom! Boom! Gone. Time keeps on chugging. But your time and my time ends. What you gonna do when you're 58? Think about it. And if you're 58 and you're just starting out or you're starting over, you can do it all over again. That's the beauty of America. This great nation of capitalism, not socialism or communism. You can do it all over again. I've done it 3 times. This is my 3rd time going to the top. I've been up here and I've been down here. I've been up here and I've been down here. And now I'm going up here. And I ain't never going down here again. Okay? All right. 2-income families. Choose to live on one income, guys. Invest all the other one into something. All right? Very important. Vanguard's a good company to look at. They got some great packages. Write that down, guys. Vanguard, okay? So, start with 10 million is actually a joke. No, it reflects how our brains tend to trick us into doing the wrong thing when investing. The best way to circumnavigate our inferior mental angles is to learn about investing, create a plan, and stick with it. 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 What's a freaking broken record? Our psychology often works against us. Okay? An innovative advisory group, this group said, it's not difficult to make $1 million with investing. It isn't. If you start young enough, if you just start, avoid the psychological pitfalls such as following the crowd. Man, don't be the sheeples, be the shepherd. Avoid trading in and out of your investments. Create a sound investing plan. Invest through thick and thin. Don't ever stop. That's how you become a millionaire. Check out Vanguard Research. Good place. Okay? I'm giving you some nuggets, guys. I hope you're taking this down. If you're not, hey, well, too bad for you. The ones that are, we're going to see each other on Easy Street, baby. Right? Turn your passion into a business. Passion alone won't make you your first million. There's no substitute. Okay? For luck and flexibility. Find something you're truly passionate about. It'll make you happy. That's what you got to do. Become the authority and make a business of it. Okay? Not only will you be happy, but you'll probably be very successful. Chipotle. You might like Chipotle or not. I call it Chip-a-lot. I used to call it Chipotle, right? That's supposed to be. I call it Chipotle or Chip-a-lot. All right? That's what I do. Okay? I mess everything up. Hey, it's Torero speak. What can I tell you? It's a quinky dink, not a coincidence. It's a quinky dink. What's wrong with you? Don't you guys understand my language? All right. Chipotle, tell you the story. After finishing culinary school in 1993, Chipotle founder Steve Ells, he's not even Spanish. He's not Latin. Steve Ells was excited about starting a fine dining restaurant. Lacking funds for the upscale place, he took a small loan from his father and opened up his first Chipotle to raise money for his exclusive restaurant. He was doing this to make an exclusive restaurant. After selling 1,000 burritos in his first month. Boy, that dude was slinging some beans, baby. Yeah, baby. He was slinging 1,000 burritos in his first month. His passion for cooking veered from a high-end restaurant into a successful path to wealth with the popular Chipotle Mexican grill restaurant chain. They're on the corner everywhere across America. Further, expect to fail along the way, my friends. You are going to fail. So what? How many times, guys, have you asked a girl and she said, no, 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 no. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how cool you are. I don't care if you're as good looking as Michelangelo. He's watching. It don't matter. Yeah, 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 ah, ah. Right? How many times that happened to you, fellas? Do you quit? No, because you got that testosterone desire, baby. Yeah. You don't quit. That's what investing is, man. That's what failure is. You don't quit. You got to keep going. You ask 1,000 people, you'll find somebody that will give you something that you want. I've been making about 50 calls a week, about 50 calls a day. Hey, my buddy William Kinson's on. We're talking money now, William, because it's Monday. It's $1 Million Money Making Monday with the Brown Beauty on Duty, Jesse T, on there and everywhere from the community to the world. Now, I've been making about 25 to 50 calls a day in my real estate business, cold calls. I haven't done that in a couple of years. I'm really good at it. But, you know, I'm not getting the results I want. So what do I got to do? Stop making the calls? No. You know what I got to do? I got to make 300 calls a day. And that's not 300 calls that are, hi, thanks for leaving your message. No, that's 300 calls of, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm Jesse. You want to sell your place? I live in the neighborhood, and I've got buyers that will pay cash for your place. Are you interested? Bang, boom, bomb. You're actually talking to somebody. 300 a day. 300 a day? I promise you. 300 a day? I'll have more business than I know what to do with. That's 1,500 a week. That's 6,000 calls a month. That's 72,000 calls a year. You got to get through the no's to get to the yeses. You're not looking for the I won'ts. You're looking for the I wills. But you got to go through a lot of won'ts to get to a will. Just like when you're going out looking for girls, fellas. Or ladies, when you were going out looking for fellas, ladies. Same concept, no different. Okay, all right, we're still talking. How to make $1 million, all right? Invest early. Get going to it now. The mathematics will work for you, okay? Grow and compound, grow and compound, grow and compound. Money grows and compounds. Reinvest your dividends. Reinvest your portfolio back into it, back into it, back into it. Always back into it, back into it. Don't spend it, don't spend it, don't spend it. If you take $500 per month in a diversified stock market index fund, such as a Fidelity Total Market Index Fund, write that down. Fidelity Total Market Index Fund. And earn just 7% return, assuming a 2% inflation rate, okay, you're going to be a millionaire in 36 years just on that one $500 investment every month. If you start at 25, by age 61, you'll be a millionaire. If you start later, it means you got to save more money, you got to make more money, you got to put more money away. It's just that simple, okay? That's simple. All right? All right, we're going to be talking about real estate here in a second. Be patient, guys. Be patient. Nothing grows overnight. Hell, nothing grows on me, period. Da-da-da-dum. Things used to grow for me. They used to sprout like the friggin' like the friggin' Garden of Adam and Eve. Man, they used to sprout all the time, but nothing grows anymore, no matter how much I water it. Give it some miracle grow, it don't even grow that way. Oh, Lord, help me. Can somebody help me, please? Oh, yeah, you see, man, I don't know. Making money's got to be fun, right? Look, regardless of your path, how you want to get rich, it's going to take time, guys, okay? Investing in the stock market takes years and years and years for your money to grow and compound. You got to be disciplined. You got to do it. You got to cut your expenses down. Hey, you either want to be rich in the future or you want to be walking the homeless ground territory downtown LA, 55 blocks. I mean, that's just kind of what it comes to, okay? And there's no time to start but right now. There's no greater time for you to start than right now. Right now is the greatest time in your life to start. Right now is the greatest time in your life to start. Right now. Okay? Because this is a time that you're going to make the choice. And when you make a choice, man, it's amazing what happens. Okay? Making your first million will often take longer than making your second. Oh, it's tough. But making your third, fourth, and fifth is easy. You got to stay committed, stay patient, keep your eyes focused, keep your eyes on the ball, and don't let anybody, anywhere, anyway, anyhow deter you. Slow growth. My Sifu says, you want to learn how to fight? I teach you slow, you learn forever. You want to learn how to fight? I teach you fast, you forget forever. That friggin' simple. Okay? All right, we're going to talk about investing in real estate now. We're going to make that bridge over. Hopefully I gave you some information that helped you out, all right? And one of the things is you got to get the hell out of California. And I'm going to just say something here. I'm going to read something right here. California is becoming a disgusting place to live if you want to have a quality of life, a financial quality of life. Okay. This is going to end up being a place of great super wealth, fast super wealth, and absolute desperado slumlord poorness in 50 years. They don't do something. Here's why. Citizens of California, listen to me. Citizens of California, listen to me. You have voted for all of this stuff. You have no right to complain about not having any money in your pocket and pointing the finger at the evil, greedy, rat bastard politician, demon crazy Dems that have been running this state for almost 50 years, and the stinky Republicans who are so stupid and dumb, and they don't care either, because nobody cares about you, because if you let them take your money, they will, and if you let them to continue to tax you and take your money, they will, because they don't give a rat's ass about you, your family, or anything about you. They only care about themselves. That's the bottom line. Bada bing, bada boom. They're the worst degenerate, perverted people ever to get in politics, are the worst scumbag, backstabbing, low-life, cheating people to get into politics. Okay? Simple. State of California. Watch. We get a sales tax. We get a service tax. Service tax now. Your gardener and pool cleaner man or woman has to tax you. They have to put taxes on cleaning your yard. Cleaning the poop in your yard, they have to tax you for poop. That's new law. Sugar tax. Gruesome Newsom wants a sugar tax. He wants to make sure that all the sugar that you have in your sodas and all your drinks is taxed. Wheel tax. Every time you buy new tires for your car or used tires for your car, you are going to get taxed. And they're going to track that through the company or business that sells the tires to you. And if they don't pay the tax, they get fined. And they can't pay the tax because they got to collect it from you. See what I'm saying? Car tax. For some reason, you dim-witted dodo birds in California didn't understand what you were reading, because I guess you haven't read a book since elementary school and you have no ability to cognitively and think of abstract and understand English. I don't know. That's all it's got to be. You are getting car taxed. That was the last thing on the last election. Yeah, 25 cents a gallon. Gas tax. That's the car gas tax. 5. Mileage tax. Gruesome Newsom wants to charge you for mileage tax. So Uber and also Lyft are going to charge you taxes, as well as when you get in that diamond lane or that HOC lane and you buy that little certificate, they're going to charge you a tax. They're going to track your mileage. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when you file your tax return and it says, oh, I did 20,000 miles this year, and you didn't, they're going to track a tax onto that, the California Fair Franchise Tax Board. Mm-hmm. So they're going to get you. Mileage tax. Registration tax is the highest in the nation. It's 7. Builders have to do new permitting tax now. That's 8. And Proposition 13, if you don't know about Prop 13, that's another discussion. But they're going to get rid of the commercial buildings as part of Prop 13. That's going to erode into single-family residence, guys, and that means your property tax is going to go up. Hey, look, they got a supermajority in Sacramento. There's nobody to stop them to do whatever the hell they want to do. And they are, and they will. So, let's not forget about this one. There's no money in Social Security for you and me. It's all gone. So the IRS is going to charge more taxes on small businesses. They're going to increase the payroll tax. That's going to Congress right now. They're going to increase the payroll tax to $33,000 a year for a small business for payroll tax minimum. Yep. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? That's 9 ways that I thought about here. 9. Guess what that means to you? 9 greedy, sticky, stinky, perverted, deviant hands in your front pockets, grabbing your jiggle juice, baby, and in your back pockets, grabbing your jiggle juice there, because they're going to have your hands 9 new ways into your pocketbook in the state of California. Can you imagine the grotesqueness of that these people are doing that to you and me in the state of California? And why is that? Why are they doing that in the state of California? It's really simple, my friends. It's really simple. They do not care about you. They only care about their families. They only care about what they can get from you. They only care about what they can get for how long they'll be there. And they have carte blanche to do it.
How do you feel the power of the kingdom? How do you feel the power of...
Let's talk some real estate. We're going to talk some real estate right now. Yeah, Tracy. I know I gave some IRS increases, but it really doesn't matter. State of California sucks! And the IRS, man, it don't matter. That just means money out of your pocket. So that's why you got to invest. Important.
How do you feel the power of the kingdom?
Next week on Wednesday, Michael Trickey, great author, super great investor. Michael Trickey, who wrote this book, Finding Home, everything you need to know and do for home buying success. Michael Trickey is going to be on the show, the Jesse T Show. We're going to help you find a home. Also, this great book right here by Michael Trickey, which I think is great if you're over 50, finding a home to buy over 50. Michael Trickey is going to be in. We're going to have him in studio. We're going to have him talking to us about finding a home for those of you over 50. Super intelligent guy, been in the business a long time, and he works with a lot of federal courts and lawsuit cases and stuff. He helped to pop the subprime market blow up. He helped put banks and people in jail that ripped off you guys in the subprime blow up. Really smart guy. Michael Trickey. Boy, he's a consumer fighter if I've ever seen one. So I got to read these 2 books between now and Wednesday. No problem. Be done with them in 3 days or less. Okay, let's talk some real estate. You want to do that? I do.
How do you feel the power of the kingdom? How do you feel the power of the kingdom?
There we go, my friends. Hey, it's time to do some real estate talking right now, because that is one of the best ways to become a multi-millionaire in real estate very quickly. In fact, a lot quicker, unless you really hit a good stock thing like an IPO. You can do it in real estate pretty quick. And I'll give you an example. A fellow that I just finished up with here, and he's going to be doing something more in about a year. I'm talking about Angel Perez. Now, this is a real life example of what we just did. One of the things is that when you invest in real estate, you gotta first off, you gotta understand that real estate investment is something that creates more wealth than any other form of investment for more people in the United States of America over history than any other type of investment, period. Okay? There is nothing better than investing in a piece of property, and over a period of time, the equity explodes. Depending what part of the country you're in, is going to be equity exploding quicker or slower. Now, we here in California, we have giant jumps of equity. And then we have really deep downward trends when the market shifts. But it always ends up being higher than it was when it started going down. Going back all the way to 1843, the trend, the graph is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? So you always end up higher even when you get hit when the prices are dropping than what it was when it started going up before. It's just weird how that is. But there are mathematicians and statisticians that have done this graphing, and it's amazing. And it's about every 7 to 10 years, 7 to 9 years, where we see a shift in the marketplace. And then in between those shifts is where you make your money. Okay? It's those shifts is where you make your money. And right now, we are in between a shift. Okay? Right now. And that's where you can make your money. Okay? You make your money in between things. All right? That's the key. You don't make your money necessarily on the other end, on the high end, but you always make your money in between. And you always make your money at your point of purchase. You create wealth at your point of purchase. Whatever you buy at is where your deal is made, is where your profit starts. Okay? Not what you sell at, it's what you buy at. Okay? So, and then buying at the right spot and the right price, it's based on what it is that you buy. Okay? You're looking for the good deal. Okay? Well, where are the good deals? The good deals are where entities that own property, human beings and other things, where there's a motivation to sell the property for specific reasons. And you don't necessarily have to know what those reasons are. You just have to know that they're liquidating this property for a reason. Okay? And that's important, because your best bet to get the best price is to get a piece of property from somebody or some entity that's super motivated. Make sense? Basic stuff. So, also, there's another thing that I always preach, and that is, I'm not talking about the house that you want to live in. This I'm not talking about. Okay? What I'm talking about is your investment portfolio. The house you want to live in is something entirely different. Okay? But your investment portfolio. The best place to buy are in areas that nobody else will buy. Anybody who's made money in investing in real estate has done exactly what Donald Trump and his father, Mr. Trump, Frank Trump, I think his name, and his grandfather did, coming over from Germany in 1885. And that is, they've utilized other people's money to increase their portfolio, buying in areas that nobody else would buy in for long periods of time, changing the dynamic of that area, then refinancing that loan out and pulling equity value of that money out, and then borrowing other people's money again, which was primarily government money, his father, and investing that money into another real estate adventure. Okay? Anybody who's in real estate that has done anything in investing in themselves has done that. Not just Donald Trump. Every real estate investor has done that. Everyone. Okay? OPM. Leveraging. Whatever you want to call it. That's the way it's done. So, I've always preached this to my client base. No matter what you do, this is not the house you're going to live in. What you do is you buy someplace that nobody else wants. You also try to use other people's money, whether it's government money, government loans, or another investor's money. And if you can't, you save enough money to put down on that property so you can purchase it. And if you're buying at the right point of purchase price, you are going to get a positive cash flow on rent. Because right now, we have a rental problem in Southern California. There are not enough places for people to live. So what you have is you have an undersupply of rental property with an oversupply of human beings. And that is causing the rental prices on everything to skyrocket. Guys, I can't find you something to rent less than $2,000 a month in Pacoima. In Watts, it costs $2,000 a month to rent something, unless you get a illegally converted garage, which is a lean-to shack, it looks like from some third world country, you're still going to spend $700 or $800 or $900. Okay? So, rental values are way up. There's just not enough property. So you're going to get a positive cash flow. And what you want to do is you want to invest enough money to get a positive cash flow. And this is the time you can do it. You see, we are in one of those transitions. So positive cash flow, using government money or borrowed money or other people's money or a little bit of your own money and get a positive cash flow, buying in areas that people don't want to buy and buying the things that people won't buy. That's how you get wealthy. So Angel Perez, he was living in his RV 2 years ago. This is my most recent success story. He finally came to me after 5 years of talking to real estate agents and brokers and loan people and banking people that just said, no, because they didn't understand what I just told you. They didn't understand. Okay? So, we found him a great house in Lancaster. And it was $90,000 bucks. I sold the guy the house for $90,000. He sold it to Angel for $175,000. Okay, Angel put 3.5% down, FHA loan, government money. We already had a renter in there, so we had to get rid of the renter, because when you borrow money from the government to buy a house, it has to be owner occupied. So we had to get the renter out, and he moved in, and he got this property, and he got a loan of $175,000. He lived in there for 6 months or less, 3 months. We put the renter back in there. He had a positive cash flow of $300 a month. Yeah, the mortgage, principal, interest, tax, and insurance being paid. And the value of the house skyrocketed now up to $375,000. And his loan's at $175,000, $200,000 equity position. And we raised the rent. Now he has almost a $500 a month positive cash flow. And so he decided he wanted to move closer to his job. And so he had to be within farther than 88 miles away from the property he has to get another FHA loan. We couldn't find anything. We were 82 miles. So he had to put some more money down, which he did, 10% down. We found a property that was in bad shape. Oh, it looked horrible. It had no real estate sign on it. Nobody knew it was for sale. And the tenant was a big problem. A big problem. I mean, major big problem. So she wouldn't let anybody in. So it was like one of those forgotten properties. It took us 90 houses to find that one. We're talking 1 year and 4 months away when he purchased it from the Lancaster house. He got it. We got the tenant out. I had a guy, he bought it for $350,000. That neighborhood in Compton is selling for $450,000. The minute he bought it, he made $100,000. He fixed it up a little bit. Now it's worth $475,000. Pushing $500,000. Yeah, in Compton. That's the prices here in Southern California. Compton is completely different than what you think. It's not the Compton of, Snoop Dogg. It's not the Compton of the Rolling Crips and the Bloods. It's not the Compton that they exemplified in Straight Out of Compton. No. It's different. I was there because I was at K-Day, and we were all part of that. That's another story. So he bought this house, made $100,000 in equity, fixed it up. His mortgage payment was $2,000 a month. We found a renter that pays him cash, $2,000 a month, covers his mortgage payment, taxes, and insurance. And there's a separate 2-car garage. And what we did is we went down to the city of Compton and found out that we already knew that he could put another house on that lot because it was a corner lot in an area that he could do that. The house right next door to him, one house down the street, couldn't do that, but he could. So he converted the garage into another rental unit legally, and he charged for another 2-bedroom, 1-bath, another $2,000 a month. So now he has $2,000 a month plus $500 a month, $2,500 a month. He's got 3 income properties. He's got an equity position in the house he just bought about 8 months ago now, 9 months ago, the one I just told you about. That house is worth about $525,000 right now. He paid $350,000 for it. Okay? So you figure it out. $350,000 to $550,000 is $200,000, right? So $175,000, right? And $200,000, that's $375,000, actually $400,000 now. He's worth $400,000 equity position, and less than 2 years ago, he was living in an RV. And he's self-employed. And his credit was average. And he had a little savings. If he can do it, you can do it. He's on his way to becoming a millionaire. And if he sold those properties today, we could, because we could jack the price up because there's nothing on the market. All right, so I'm going to give you some properties right here that you could do the same thing. That's why investing in real estate. Within 5 years, this man's going to be worth over $1 million, maybe $2 million. Because the next property he's going to buy is going to be a fourplex unit. And we're going to use the income of that fourplex to help him qualify for the loan. Oh, real estate is wonderful. And you don't need much. You just have to have a will, and contact me, Jesse T, at 684-8699 or 818-800-1343. Or go to my website at Mr. Jesse T. That's www.mrsoldjesset.com. And leave your message. Or you can check out our other website at www.buyjesset.com or www.sellerjesset.com. Or you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Jesse Terrero Broker. Or you can go... But wait, there's more. It's like the late night TV commercials, right? Yes. WinWinWinInc@yahoo.com our email. And I can do the same for you. Get you pre-approved for a loan, using other people's money. You just have to have some basic things going on. And I'll tell you about that. But okay. So this is what I look for every day. I'm going to give you the criteria of what I look for every single day. Okay? I look for houses that are on the market between $150,000 and $1 million in Los Angeles County. I search LA County every day. I look for houses that are standard, that are in notice of default. Okay? Or they're real estate owned. That's by a bank or the government. Or they're owned by HUD. Or they're a short sale or a probate. I don't like auctions. And bankruptcy listings, maybe. Just depends how far along they are. Okay? This is what I look for. Notice the default properties too. And I look for properties. I'm giving you the secrets, guys. I do this every day. I'll share it with you. I look for properties that have an attached garage. And I look for properties that are not attached to any other property. In other words, they're not an apartment. They're not a duplex. They don't share a common wall with somebody else. Okay? And then I search. And I come up with a number of properties every time. Right now, I have 138 properties that I've been looking at all day long. And I'll tell you, I look for neighborhoods that nobody wants. Like I said. And why do I look for properties with attached garages? Well, there's a reason for that. That I won't tell you. But I'll tell you if you give me a call at 800-684-8699 and leave a message. Or 818-800-1343 and leave a message. There's a reason why I look for properties that have an attached garage. All properties have to have 2 or more bedrooms and 1 or more bathroom. Okay? There's a reason. Very specific reason. And that's the gold mine reason. One of 5 gold mine reasons. One of 5. There's 5 things other than what I mentioned that the property has to have. One of them is an attached garage. There are 4 other things a property has to have for me to pull the trigger. or for me to contact you, one of my clients, and pull the trigger. I'm teaching you how to become a millionaire. We talked about the other way. Now we're talking about this way. Okay? So I look for areas that nobody wants. So I'm going to tell you about a property right now. Okay? As we get closer to the end of the show here, I'm going to tell you about a property right now. And I'm going to tell you it's in Lancaster. And I'm going to tell you right now it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It is listed at $229,000, and it was built in 1957. And I know the neighborhood well out there in Lancaster. And this house is worth every bit of $100,000 more. It is a probate listing. That means somebody did not have a will, and the court is deciding what price and who will buy it, essentially. Okay? 1,300 square foot. You can get $1,700 a month for this house. You're breaking even. You're making money. You're making money. You buy this house right now, not doing a darn thing to it. I'll crack 300. Do a little work on it, it's 330, 325. Okay? 350. All right? That's one. Okay? I'll tell you another one. And you don't need much to get into this. Just 3.5% down. And I'll do the loan for you too. Make sure you get it done right. Let's look at a repossession. This thing is unbelievable, actually, because it blows me away. This one's in Lancaster too. $300,000. This house was built in 1982, and it looks like a brand new house with the tile roof and the whole 9 yards. And it's 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It's almost 2,500 square feet. And it's owned by a bank. It's a repo. This house here, right now, I sold a house not too far from here, just before Christmas, closed right after Christmas. I sold a house for $400,000. And I thought I could get more, but the seller wanted to get out of town. Yeah. We could turn this, buy it and flip it, and not do a darn thing to it. There you go. Making money. Right? Making money. I'm going to give you another one. And, oh, well, these are only in Lancaster and Palmdale. Okay, really? Well, let's try this one here. Okay? I don't like short sales, guys. And I'll tell you why I don't like short sales. Because you can't trust them. Because the bank can change their mind at the last second. And so short sales have a tendency to break your heart and waste your time. All right? So I don't like short sales. Just don't like them. Never have. Of course, when that's all there was, that's all there was. What could you do? I got a house in Whittier. This isn't Lancaster. This is Whittier. Do you have any idea how pretty Whittier is? And Montebello? And East LA? And Rio Hondo? And Monterey Park? It's in Pico Rivera. It's so pretty there. The houses are so beautiful. 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Did another probate for $465. I could turn and sell this out, comp it out right now for this house. Right now, I comp this house out for about $550. Maybe even more. Hey, Randy Evansberger, man. What you doing, buddy? Haven't talked to you in ages, my friend. It's old high school, old junior high school pal of mine. It's $1 Million Money Making Monday, baby. We talked about all kinds of ways to make some money today. You want to check out the podcast at YouTube, Jesse Terrero, on our podcast channel. You can check out the show. Man, it's been fun. A lot of stuff we're talking about. And right now we're just finishing up talking about some real estate. and how to make millions of dollars in real estate. This is how I've done it. Everybody does it a different way. We talked about all the other ways too. So you see, there's lots of ways to find great properties in that respect. I check every day. I come across these things all day long. All day long. It never stops. Never, ever, ever stops. Okay? Okay? You say, oh, what about someplace else? Okay, why don't we try Bouquet Canyon in Saugus? Okay, 3-car garage. Now guys, Valencia and Saugus and Newhall and Castaic and Sand Canyon and all that stuff there just north of the San Fernando Valley a few minutes is a lot more expensive because this is a higher income area and it's brand new. 1991. But this house here, they only want $649 for 3,000 square feet. I comped this out this morning. I could turn this bad puppy just under $800,000 for this house. It's 3,000 square feet in Saugus. This is a high dollar area. Another repo. And it looks really good. Got them all day long. So you see, you don't need much. 3.5% down. We flip these things or you keep them. Get a positive cash flow like Angel has. $2,500 a month. The man makes average medium income. Self-employed. Just like you. No different. He doesn't make 6 figures. He was living in his RV 2 years ago. Now he has 3 properties. $2,500 a month positive cash flow. And he bought Compton and Lancaster. Yeah. You see? I'm telling you guys, you can do this. The real question is, do you want to do this? That's always the question. That is always the question. Do you want to really become a millionaire? Do you want to really save and invest and be dedicated? Can you? Will you? Or will you not? That is a question that only you can answer. I don't know. I have no idea what you want to do. But I will tell you this much. If you want to do it in the first half hour, or you want to do it like we learned in the second half hour, you can do it. And I will help you. Because I've done it. And I lost it all. And I did it again. And I lost it all. And I'm doing it again. And I will never lose it all again. That will never happen. Because I'm running out of life, man. I'm 58, man. In 20 years, I'm going to be 78. Oh, my God. Yeah, baby. I'm your mambo, baby. I'm your mambo, baby. Shake them hips, darling. Salsa style. Oh, front seat boogie. The Jesse T Show. $1 Million Money Making Monday, baby. Every Monday through Friday right here from 5 to 6, The Jesse T Show. Yeah! If you want to get in touch with me, you want to make some money in real estate or anything I can help you with, give me a call at 1-800-684-8699 or 818-800-1343. It's me, Jesse T. The Jesse T Show, live and in person. You never know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be doing something fun, that's for sure. It's me. I can only do it me. I can only help it being me, Jesse T. And my buddy Randy Evansberger, he'll tell you I've been like this ever since I was a youngster, man. Yeah, going way, 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 way back. It's no different. Yeah.
No, let's chop.
On the air and everywhere, from the community to the world, the Brown Beauty is off duty. See ya!